Hi, Mom. Ready for video number 4? We're going to cook lobster tails in the can cooker. Okay, for the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the lobster tails prepped. I've got 6 lobster tails to do. So I got these over at the Kalini Food Museum, you know, where the meat's green, the vegetables are brown. But they did get lobster tails in, surprisingly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half with a good knife. This is pretty dangerous. You got to watch it. These things are pretty tough. I'm going to split them in half, and I'm going to trim some of the legs out of them. So I'm just going to, this to kind of clean up the appearances a little bit of them. So not that we're going to eat these. They stay with the shell, but it does make them a little nicer, a little better appearance. And so I'm going to get these all done and come back to you. Okay, I got these all split in half, and when you look at them, they're really nice and clean. They're real fresh. There's no odor with them. There's no fishy smell. They remove the vein out of them, but you want to make sure that that's gone. So when you buy them, you want to make sure that the vein's gone out of them. That would not taste too good. And so for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some lemon juice in a little bowl, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to brush them real lightly with that. Get them brushed down. That's just going to add a little flavor to them. And now that's done on those, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of Can Cooker's butter, garlic, salt. It's pretty good stuff. I'm going to sprinkle that on. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other tray. Okay, now I'm ready to get the can cooker ready. I got all the tails done. Got them brushed with lemon, just a little splash of lemon. And then again, coated them pretty good with the can cooker's butter, garlic, salt. It's pretty good stuff. Okay, there's the can cooker. Okay, for this I am going to use just any brand you have of cooking spray, non-stick cooking spray, just to make sure it cleans up good. Splash in there. Okay, I'm going to add about 12 ounces of water. I'm going to put in about 4 ounces of 7-Up. I'm going to add a splash of lime. Don't need much, there's quite a bit in there. And about a 1/4 ounce of vinegar, of distilled white vinegar. The vinegar helps shellfish come out of its shell a lot easier when it's cooked, so we'll see how well that works. Then I'm going to go ahead and put, oh, wait a minute, before that. Hold on, I got to prepare one. Yeah, I almost forgot one of the important ingredients, that's butter. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the rack in. You see, we're just barely to the bottom of the rack. That's just about right. Okay, I'm going to start laying these little babies in there. getting crowded, but that's good. Like this, I might have to kind of scrunch them a little bit. That's okay. They all steam really good. Now the can cooker recipe will call for no rack, but since I cut them in half and season them up, I like to use the rack in there. Okay, we got a good mess of them in there. So now I'm going to start taking chunks of butter. I'm going to put, I cut up a half a cube of butter, and I'm just going to lay them in there. And they're going to fall in love with all that good lobster in there. When they start melting down, it's going to be, oh, it's going to be good. Okay, get some over here. Okay. And just for good sport, I'm going to put just a little bit of more garlic in there on them. More is better. Okay, and from here we're going to go to the stove. Okay, we're going to do the same thing as we did yesterday. I'm going to set the lid just a little bit off center so that the clamp doesn't get the hot steam directly on it. And I'm going to turn the oven up on high again, the stove, and let it steam for a little bit. Then I'll turn it down. And then we're going to cook these for about 12 minutes. And I'm going to check them at 12 minutes. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes or so on high, and I'm getting a little bit of condensation building up, but still no steam. So I can put my hand over it, and still it's getting warm. It's starting to, but need just a couple more minutes to produce a little more steam. I can hear it. It's in there starting to boil in there. So we're getting real close. Okay, we're getting good steam now, so I'm going to turn her down to low. And let it simmer down a little bit. And get better steam coming, and I'll turn her down a little bit more. And now I got her down to about, not quite one, be about between one and low and one. It's kind of amazing. Our little store carries lobster tails now and then. About once a year, they get a shipment of lobster tails in, and they offer them. And they had quite a few over there. It's kind of amazing. It's such a one horse little town. Okay, I'm still really not seeing any steam yet, so I'm going to crank it up just a little bit, up to about 4. It's starting to quiet down a little bit. Again, I have the light behind it so I can see the steam when it starts coming. I can certainly feel it coming out of that hole though. I've got my hand out there and I can feel it. I'm about 16 inches above it and I can feel it. So I know it's getting hot. Melting all that butter. Okay, I'm gonna keep watching it and adjust it for here in just a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, she's starting to produce steam now, so I'm gonna start counting them about now, and we're gonna let it go for about 12 minutes, and then I'm gonna check them. I'm down on about 1.5 right now. Hold it there a little bit. And we'll be right back. Okay, we're about 4 minutes in, and I'm trying to see if I can capture the steam so you can see it. You might have to go to full screen on your computer to really see it. We're doing pretty good, so I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more. But I'm getting good pulses. So while we were waiting, I went ahead and cut about 3/4 of a stick of some good salted sweet butter, and I'm going to heat that in the microwave. I'm going to add some garlic powder to it, whisk it in, and that'll be just a really nice little dip for our lobster tails. Okay, I stopped the lobster at about 10 minutes, and I had a pretty good head of steam up, so I went ahead and stopped them, and they're going to sit there on the. I turned the stove off and moved them over just to kind of cook there for a few more minutes, and I'm going to make a sweet butter and garlic powder dip. Dip them in, and then we'll pull them out. There's that. All right, that's gonna be good. And I'll put them over here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the lobster off the shell before I serve. That way it's a little easier. And we can get that way we can get right to eat and don't have to mess with them. So let's have a look at them. Oh yeah, they all curled up. Yep. Oh, look at that in there. Wow. Not too bad. Okay. That's what they look like in the can cooker. Oops. The pressure jumping away. All right. All right. Best way to do this is to use a fork. And yeah, they're a little warm. And what I like to do is dig underneath the front of them and get it started, and then they kind of lift out. And see if I can break that off right there. Get that. And that's the kind of piece you get off it. Look at, oh, that looks good. So I'm going to do that with each of these. Judy appreciates this when I do this. That way we can. Yeah, I think that using that white vinegar in there, it just seems like they peel out of there a lot easier, because I've used that, done them without the vinegar, and it just seems like they're a little harder to get out of the shell. So I learned that from Robert Arrington of Deer Meat for Dinner on YouTube. He's taught a lot of people around the world how to use that. Okay, I'm going to stop right there and finish up. Okay, we gotta know Judy's liking this. Let's try that out. This one-handed camera operating is tough. There we go. And I'm gonna get that in a little bit of hot butter with garlic. Oh yeah, man. Living large in Callini. Well, that's all that's left of them. We ate them pretty fast. They do cool off in a hurry, so you gotta kind of get after them a little bit so they stay nice and warm. And Judy did make one trip to the microwave to heat them up a little bit. But boy, really for just a nice little treat in Callini, it's not too bad. Can cooker's gonna be easy to clean. I'll dump that into a little jar and throw it away. I don't want to put that down the drain. It's got oil and butter and everything in it, so that'll go in the garbage, and everything will be cleaned up and won't be too bad. Not a bad treat for Callini. All right, I think that'll wrap up for now. This video's running a little bit long, but if you have any questions, just give me a call. And I think I'm going to do one more video in this series of the can cooker. I'm going to try and do a cauliflower with kielbasa in a few days, and so just so you can see that. So I'll do another one of this, and it'll be on to other things. All right, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.